Hi, welcome to Dale McCluskey's Dog Training. On this video I'm going to discuss a little bit about issues with having more than one dog within your home when this becomes an issue with dog fights, dogs not getting along, or dogs going after the cat or other animals. This is really important because this is an issue I deal with quite often. How to decrease that level of power that's being expressed on other animals. Because with dogs, it's always about the established order. And understand that to fix this, it always comes back to the dog owner, because again, dogs share a very special connection with us through nature. It's just like a magnet, so it'll attach to other dogs, or it also will attach through us. And so the dog owner is the pivoting point. So if you're being perceived more as a follower to the dog, what will happen with the other dogs is the hierarchy is extended through the other dogs as well. That level of power being expressed is going to go up, because basically you're being left behind within the relationship. So the dog's decision making is going to elevate up into those higher levels. So whereas instead of the two dogs interacting as your follower, it's going to be like a train wreck. They're going to be interacting, seeing you as their follower at a certain level, and there's going to be the dogs who express power on each other, just kind of like gasoline, just like fuel. So it becomes that. The whole issue here, and of course with the dogs, you will have one dog out of the group of dogs that is going to be more dominant. So that dog's going to separate, the mind's going to separate away at even a higher level. So you're going to get, so temperament does play a role in that, but ultimately the solution still comes back to you, the role that you play within the pack relationship. So you get to a level where you're almost on the outside looking in, and that's not going to help you. So basically the first goal here to change the dynamics of the relationship is to start to divide and conquer. I mean, the goal is to start to, I strongly recommend you start to use a crate. Of course, this is another issue we'll talk about, the crate, because once dogs have a certain level of power, they're not going to like being in the crate. I mean, that's where you have to start to target the dog's decision making. You got to start to have that crate associated to you through a follower state of mind. So a different dot has to connect. The dog. So understand dogs, how their minds pivot. The dogs connect dots off this relationship. It comes right through you. So say if it's a crate, an area, another animal, another person, the mind pivots off this relationship at all times. So how a dog kind of perceives the world, how they filter the information, it impacts the decision making at that pack level. So therefore you're going to have a higher level of separation of mind. Decision making is really influenced in a very powerful way through how you connect with your dog at that level. So the whole goal is to start to become more of the more of the parent. You have to it's all connection. So you have to start to target the dog's decision making and divide and conquer. So once the dog's mind starts to become impacted and they start going into more follower state of mind, although there'll still be a hierarchy there, the levels are going to be way down. It's kind of like the bathtub is draining of water, and your dogs will start to go into more of a follower, a balanced state of mind. So, but again, you have to turn your psychology, instead of referee and onlooker, your connection, how you connect, has to become more pack leader. So you have to, your psychology has to be, instead of reactive, it's got to be more proactive. And so I just encourage you, if you're interested in into the system of how to deal with this, I deal with this many times. If you're in Florida area, you can contact me. If you're beyond the Florida area, I have a distance training option. Also available too is my book. It's called Beyond the Leash Dog Psychology Guide. It has this issue with other dogs as well as many other issues. I tackle this problem head on in this book. It provides all the hands-on methods that you use, as well as the psychology involved with changing how you think. So I strongly encourage you. This book is available through Amazon. Amazon Kindle, and you'll find it's called Beyond the Leash, and it's one of my books in there that covers that issue. So it's over 140. This book's over 146 pages long. It's got all sorts of photos, step-by-step guide of how to change the align differently, how to roll change your dog. So I just encourage you to check that out. But again, the whole focus is on how you're thinking, how you're connecting, and changing the whole hierarchy structure, which is going to create meaningful change. It's going to directly impact the decision making of the dog and bring that mind down into a follower state. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a great day.